Alright, so let's get started on your reading. Also, I'm going to do a little shout out to my friend Austin Shippey for this awesome shirt. I like, every time I wear it, I'm just like, I love that guy. It's his Witch King shirt, and he actually, I mean, we met in college, and he was such a Witch King that I was drawn. I was like, we are friends now. Like, super awesome dude. But, yeah, so Austin Shippey, you can find his stuff on YouTube. He talks about like occult stuff and pretty dope like spiritual stuff. I love him. Super awesome guy. So let's see. What is your energy today? Let's get crack-a-lackin'. Geez, this sweater is a little warmer than I thought it would be. I was like, holy crap. It's cozy. Alright, but let's see. Oops. What is Aquarius's energy today? What are my little Aquaphors up to? You're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. So this kind of comes at a time of feeling a little isolated or feeling a little alone, right? It's like reassuring you that you're not. So, you know, you have to be kind of in that feeling or in that vibe for that feeling to come through. So, or for the card to come through, sorry. I've got so many decks. Which one to choose from? Alright. So, let's see why this card is coming out. Also, this could be the energy of, like, because you are an Aquarius, which means that you actually do like your isolation, right? So, you might feel alone in other people's company, you know? And it's kind of like, it is what it is, you know? And it's almost like you're better when you're not in other people's company because they remind you, you know, of your alienness, right? I've never met an Aquarius. I didn't feel like an alien. But yeah, they remind you of like just how different you are when you're around other people. And that can oftentimes be lonely, you know, feeling misunderstood. You know, I feel like Aquarians really have a hard time feeling understood in general. So let's see what the cards have to say for you. My allergies have been killing me. Like, woke up all stuffy. Ah! So we have King of Wands, alright? King of Fire. And then we have the Judgment in reverse. You could be making a decision. The King of Wands is really dope. I love the King of Wands. It's the energy of the King of Truth, you know, the honest communication, excellent communicator. This is somebody who you want to be like the boss of your company, you know, like this is somebody who is an excellent leader, somebody who comes from a place of maturity and really speaks from the heart. With the Judgment in reverse, making a decision, or decision hasn't been fully made yet. So let's talk about that. Also, that could be in regards to court cases, because I'm seeing in the picture like a court scene, you know. So maybe you're going to court for something. We'll find out. But it could also just be a decision that you're making, that you're passing judgment on. So, Nine of Swords came out. This could be something like that you've been kind of up in your head about, or like beating yourself up about, trying to like figure something out. So I have swords. Sorry, weird shit's always happening in my room. I always hear random fucking clinks and shit. Alright, so Knight of Wands in reverse. This could be like, I want to clarify it, because with the Nine of Pentacles, I see that this is very independent energy. This is like somebody who does really well on their own. Really ties into this King of Wands. And I feel like ultimately there's going to be like some sort of victory. I also feel the sense of like overthinking something, or like expecting something that doesn't happen, or expecting something to happen a certain way and it doesn't happen. I'm going to clarify the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Wands in reverse. So the Nine of Swords is clarified by the Five of Wands. So it looks like there could be conflict, or, you know, maybe you're, I mean, because the Nine of Swords is coming out, this could be an internal conflict. This could be something that, like, you're just way overthinking, and, with the Knight of Swords showing up, clarifying the Knight of Wands in reverse, it's almost like less talking, more action, right? That's what I'm seeing. I see you like taking action towards something. But yeah, less talking, more action. That's what is coming through with that. So it's kind of like having to bite the bullet and having to go through with something that you're overthinking. Don't overthink it. Think about your best case scenario, right? Manifest the best case scenario. That's my best advice. Tell me what's gonna happen. King of Pentacles in reverse with the Four of Cups. This could be like letting something go, or kind of closing yourself off emotionally, right? That's what Four of Cups is all about, like this emotional closed off energy. But it's like letting something go and like closing up for business. That's kind of what I'm seeing. The Lovers in reverse. Yeah, I kind of was feeling it, but I didn't want to say it. Gemini energy until it showed up. This is the energy of breaking up, right? And I feel like you could have, with the Judgment in reverse, like, you could have already made this decision, but it feels like you're making this decision. And it feels like with the Nine of Swords and the Five of Wands, this wasn't an easy decision. But I feel that you ultimately, you know, had to do what was best for you, you know, less talking, more action. And then you were like, okay, I can't just sit here and be all up in my head about it. I just need to bite the bullet and take action and do the thing. With the Three of Cups in reverse, it is something that is kind of like you're not celebrating this breakup. It doesn't feel like something that you're super excited about. I don't feel that like, I don't feel the energy that like your whole life is ruined by this breakup. I just feel that you're just kind of not celebrating this. You're kind of like, well, that sucks. Um, which is fair. And also, Nine of Pentacles is that energy of doing really well by yourself. So it's also that energy that, like, it's familiar territory for you to handle life by yourself. And it might be, a little bit burdensome to go through all of this, And I feel like this just wasn't an easy decision for you to let go and having to, like, close yourself off in that way. But you're also an Aquarius. Okay, so let's take that into account. You're not going to be a big crybaby about it either, right? I hate saying it like that, but I'm an Aquarius and, we think it like that. But I feel this energy that you're going to handle it very maturely, right? With the King of Wands, you're going to be very respectful about the situation and you're just going to call it like it is and just let it be what it be like. Okay. So what else is going on for Aquarius? Ten of Wands. I feel this energy of you're just kind of burdened. And I don't like saying, because it doesn't feel like this relationship was all the burden. It just feels like you had a lot on your plate and you didn't have the ability to juggle that too, right? And that's fair. Sometimes you don't. So, 10 is all about endings and new beginnings. Got a couple 9s here too, which really talks about mastery of self and overcoming things to get to that 10. We have the Moon in reverse and the 7 of Cups in reverse. So 7 of Cups in reverse tells me that you're not really looking at other romantic options. That's not your style. You're not. With the Moon in reverse, Pisces energy. What's that about? The Moon in reverse is like something that's not being brought to light or something that's not known. It's the Moon in reverse. Okay, so what you're not seeing at this time is, okay, Ace of Oysters or Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You had to let something go, right? This taps back into the King of Pentacles in reverse, right? And I think of this as like a sacrifice, right? Something very valuable to you. And in this case, it's showing up as the Lovers in reverse. It's kind of like a sacrifice in your life, right? And the sacrifice is for a reason, and that's what I don't think you're seeing at this time. Like having to care about somebody in that way and then lose them. There's, because the Star card is showing up, right? This is Aquarius energy. This is you in the upright. This is you in your power. What I'm seeing here, though, is like your purpose is too big. Right? You're meant for the spotlight. You're meant to do something. This card really represents the humanitarian efforts, right? Because that's what we are, the stars. We bring darkness or we bring light to the darkness, you know, in a seemingly empty and vast, dark, cold night. Guess what? There are stars. And those stars shine, and they are what you look at. You know, we don't just look into the pitch black for the pitch black. We're looking for stars, right? We're looking for celestial bodies up in the sky. And so I see this energy of like you stand out, you're unique, you have this divine purpose, right? And I feel like your divine purpose is really calling you to be, I don't want to use the word isolated, but kind of that word, okay? Like, you're, I feel this energy with the Three of Cups in reverse that you're not going to be out celebrating. This is a time for you to put in work, to really do your efforts, to really master yourself at this time. It's not going to be like you break up and then all of a sudden you're out in the clubs and you're dancing and trying to, you know, that's not the kind of breakup this is. This is a very spiritual thing for you. And it's not even, I don't see, like, though there's like conflict within yourself, I just feel like you're just juggling too much, and that's really what is triggering this, and you're kind of like in this energy of like, I'm gonna be taking people down with me if I try to like continue a relationship in this mindset or in this way, you know? It's almost like you feel it intuitively, something's just not, it's just not adding up. The stars aren't aligning, if you will. And it's because you've got a divine purpose, and that's part of why you got to let this go. And just like you're meant for something very big, and oftentimes that requires sacrifice, right? And also the divine loves to make us sacrifice things, right? It loves to see how committed we are to our path. So I mean, shit, it's like, if anything, if we've learned anything about, like, saints and prophets and people of that sort, guess what? They're all there because of one common denominator. They sacrifice greatly for their divine purpose, right? They sacrificed love lives. They've sacrificed, sex. You know, they've sacrificed food, you know, they've starved, like Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. I would consider him to be a saint of sorts. Like, and he sacrificed food. The Buddha sacrificed being a prince, right? So that he could go and just sit in meditation and do his work. Muhammad, you know, he made his sacrifices as well, you know, for his journey. Jesus was straight up crucified, right? Job lost everything, right? And so, with great power comes great responsibility, and also comes great sacrifice. There's always a price, right? For everything. Nothing's free, right? Not even your spiritual devotion. It's also how we separate the material from the spiritual. You know, kind of like with Epictetus. I would consider him to be kind of a saint as well, because Epictetus, I mean, his leg was broken and he wouldn't let it break his spirit, you know? Like, he never, no matter how much he was abused during his time in slavery, he never allowed it to break his spirit. And he was like, whatever, this is just the body. The body can break, the spirit cannot. You know, and I feel heavily this similar energy coming from you, where it's like you just have so much purpose, and you've probably felt it your whole life. And that's why your relationships don't go like other people's, right? Other people can fall in love and be with them for like 50 years, and that's great, and they're happy, and they have kids, and you've always felt like this calling to something deeper or something more. You've always felt like, I'm just not cut out from the same cloth, right? Like, a starseed. Like, you're in this world, but you're not of this world, you know? And if you're not of this world, you can't enjoy the same things that are from this world enjoy, you know? You enjoy otherworldly shit. I just feel that you've got a lot of shit to do. Big calling, you know, and that's why lust, like, or relationships that involve infatuation, like, that kind of stuff probably won't work out for you, you know? And even if it wasn't a lust connection, sometimes it's just not going to work out because it could interfere, you know? Even the most well-intentioned relationship could interfere. And that's the hard part about this. You're married to God now. Let's see. Eight of Swords, coming back to the moon in reverse. There's something that you're not seeing. Four of Wands in reverse. Could have something to do with your home life. Or this breakup, you know, if you live with them. The Fool. You're going to venture into the unknown, right? Take a leap of faith here. This is our favorite thing, right? When we're on a spiritual journey. Those leaps of faith. This is initially making that decision to move in a new direction. Okay? Eight of Cups, walking away. Yeah, so you're walking away from, it looks like, a relationship. Five of Swords. Now this conflict is coming out, right? This Five of Swords, Five of Wands. Maybe this is what you're not seeing. Let's see. I want to know, is this conflict with you or yourself? Or you or yourself? You or others? They might be with you yourself. But honestly, what I did notice, though, okay, so the Five of Wands came out first with the Nine of Swords, right? And this feels like an internal conflict, right? This feels like a conflict of self. Then we have Five of Swords. But if you notice, the enemies are kind of back here. And the flamingos represent swords in this deck. And he's picking up the flamingos, right? Kind of disarming the enemy. It's almost like avoiding conflict. The imagery that I'm seeing. So, Five of Swords. What are you not seeing? Eight of Swords and the Moon in reverse. Okay, so we have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. We have the Chariot in reverse, Cancer energy. Right? The Hierophant is like Spirit is showing you, or Spirit is telling you something that you don't see, right? This is something that's coming to you over time. The Chariot in reverse is not moving forward with something. Maybe you're going to discover why Spirit didn't want you to move forward with something, right? I kind of want to drop more clarifiers. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. And the Chariot in reverse. I feel like you might be evading a conflict, right? Because Four of Swords is like a chance to relax, recuperate, get shit settled and organized, whatever. Five of Swords, like I said, it's that energy of like disarming or not like evading conflict, right? Avoiding conflict. The Chariot in reverse, it's telling you to relax and don't it's almost like the Hermit energy. But it's really telling you that now is the time to relax. And maybe that's part of what you're, I think that, I don't know, with the Chariot in reverse, it's almost like if you were planning a trip or if you were planning on moving. It's almost like telling you to kind of like stay still, right? Or if life is moving really quickly, it's probably telling you it's a time for stillness, it's a time for self-care and reflection. I feel like things are kind of being taken care of for you in certain ways. I want more on the Chariot in reverse, right? Because the clarifying card for that was a Four of Swords, which is like, stay put. Don't focus on, leaving or moving or whatever. Could be too. Yeah, it kind of feels like if you were planning on moving or planning a trip, it's almost like saying, relax and stay put. That's really what I'm gathering from this, is it's, and it could be in regards to this breakup as well. Also, with the Hierophant, I'm hearing study hard, right? Like, read books, learn. I feel like you should use your downtime for, like, feeding your brain some new information, like self-educating, that kind of stuff. Maybe even going back to school. What else does Spirit want you to know? Because it likes to be cryptic as fuck. Oh, you have 444. Four of Swords, Four of Wands, and Four of Cups. 444 is all about building a new foundation in your mind, in your body, and in your spirit, right? Because it's 4 to the power of 3. 3 is all about mind, body, spirit. 4 is all about foundations. I feel like you're having kind of like a spiritual puberty, if that makes sense. Um, Especially with the Fool card, I feel like you're really embarking on some unknown or uncharted territory within yourself. Damn, that card went flying. Alright, let me go get it. Where'd it go? Three of Wands. Three of Wands is the energy of waiting for your ships to come in. It's almost like saying something you wanted to move toward, right? Whatever this is, you don't need to. Like, right with the sit still, stay put, it's like it's moving toward you with the Three of Wands. What is it? It could be in regards to work. It could be in regards to, but it's almost this energy of like something's coming towards you. And with the Moon in reverse and the Eight of Swords, I don't think you know what it is. It's like, let's moving towards Aqua. Queen of Swords, this is your, wait, hold up. No, you showed up as a King of Wands. Somebody from your past might be coming, like, trying to come towards you. Somebody that you felt like you didn't get far with, or you didn't, with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it's like somebody that you didn't harvest with. I don't know how to put that in words. Speak telepathically. Read my mind. Okay. So, Queen of Swords. Could be an air sign. Could be an earth sign. This could also be somebody that you probably cut off in the past because you felt like you couldn't grow with them, right? Or, yeah. But it feels this energy of like a past person trying to move towards you. Or maybe even trying to confront you with it being in swords, right? What is the outcome of this situation for Aquarius? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I done did thought. So the last four of the deck showed up, right? Now you got 4, 4, 4, 4. Foundations are being rebuilt. Four of Pentacles is showing up. Let me show you. So if this is a past person trying to come through, I feel that you will probably reject it. You will probably not make moves towards it. Because this is the energy I'm seeing you in. Abundant by yourself, right? Somebody who does really well by themselves. I feel like you're not, like I said, you're not open for business at this time. After having just broke up with somebody, I don't feel like you're just quick to jump the gun on a new connection or even going back to an old connection. You're not that kind of a person. You're not emotionally codependent like that. Like, you can handle solitude pretty fucking well, apparently. It's almost like saying, like, if you were worried about financial issues or whatever, or if you've been used in any way in the past in regards to money, it's like you do really well by yourself. You do really fucking good. And I feel like you're gonna just prosper, right? Ultimately, that's the message that's coming through. Take a leap of faith into the unknown and don't be afraid of being alone. Oh my god, I'm a fucking Cheshire cat right now. But literally, like, don't be afraid of being alone, right? This is your time to kind of shine, right? You're showing up in that star energy. Stars shine, right? I see just this energy of illumination around you. I feel very confident in your ability to succeed here. And also, this message is coming through pretty prominently, and I don't feel like you're afraid of being, single. I feel like you've been through periods of being single. You know what it's like. You're fine with it. And also, I don't feel like you're afraid of it. I feel like, if anything, you're prepared for it, and you're just like, all right, I'm just gonna focus on making money. I'm gonna focus on being prosperous. I'm gonna focus on fulfilling my divine purpose. Take action in that direction. I feel like the trivialities of life are just, like, you're ready to confront them, and you're also ready to, drop anything that spirit tells you to. That's kind of a weird way of putting that, I guess, but that's part of your divine guidance too, and your divine purpose. It's like you will inevitably kind of fall into place with it, right? Just like a star's divine purpose is to shine and create more stars, right? It's not going to stop doing that. Just like you're not going to stop doing that. The universe doesn't need to even tell you what to do. You inevitably just do it, in the same way that a star shines, in the same way that the color green greens all the time, right? In the same way that fire burns, right? This is part of your purpose, part of your alignment. It's as natural to you as breathing, right? Nobody needs to coach you on it, because this is literally your divine purpose. And I feel very strongly that, like, as long as you don't have distractions, you fall into place with it rather well. And I feel that relationships could have been a big distraction for you, or, something that kind of took over your mind, right? That's something that happens when we fall in love, is it kind of consumes our mind, right? And it can interfere with other things if our mind is kind of taken over by love. And also, it can affect the way that we do our humanitarian work, right? If you're with somebody and you're concerned about them being jealous, right? And especially being a humanitarian, you have to work with all kinds of people. You gotta help all kinds of people, whether they're sexy or not, right? You gotta help them. And you just don't have room for jealous people, because people have to understand this is part of your purpose, part of your process. This is, like, Aquarians are pretty fucking loyal, right? For the most part, healed Aquarians, I should say. I'm not saying that there's never been an Aquarius that cheated, but overall, our nature's pretty much very fucking loyal, right? We're not ones to veer in that way. And also, part of the problem with that is that we can be so focused on our relationship and focused on how we're going to grow that, focused on what we're going to do in that regard, that we lose track of what other shit we need to accomplish or we're meant to accomplish. So I feel like pretty heavily that this is just kind of spirit being like, yo, gangsta, it's time. Like, and you know, when you're being called into service, you're not one to hesitate, right? You're like a soldier, like a spiritual soldier. It's like, as soon as you feel the calling, as soon as spirit's like, all right, time to get serious, you're like, all right, let's do it. On it. You know, without hesitation, you walk away from other shit, world shit, right? Because you understand what your purpose is, right? And what I love is these are the same motherfucking guy, right? The same Mad Hatter. And it's like, yeah, very, very connected to your soul gifts, your soul purpose, what you're meant to be doing. And I feel like nothing's going to infringe on that, and anything that gets in the way will be removed from your life in one way or another. Right? Things that hold up the progress, right? Like, you can't carry all these peppermills and get very far, can you? Right? So you have to lighten the load, lighten the burden. It kind of reminds me of the story of Jesus, right? My boy Jeebus. When he got his disciples and he told them, he's like, all you need are the clothes on your back, leave your money, leave your bullshit, leave your families, leave what you gotta leave. We're fishermen now, and we're gonna go, we're fishermen of men, or fishers of men, right? Fishers of men, that's how you put it. And it's almost like that disciple kind of energy, right? Of feeling this sense of purpose and feeling like all my shit's going to be taken care of. If you look, he left all his shit, right? All these cups, that's all his shit. He left that shit and he's like, all right, let's go. You done said, I'm ready. You know, and it's like, I think, honestly, Spirit's a little amazed at how quick you're just like, you call on me, you get me real quick, right? I really admire that. I think that's pretty dope. So I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to grab some oracle cards. And you know, there's no shame in that too, because I feel like you're also giving, you know, the people that you walk away from, the relationships that you walk away from, I feel like you're giving them a shot at life too, because, you know, you knew it wouldn't work with you, and you're really opening the door for them to experience, like, love or experience life in the regard that they, or in the way that they deserve, right? You wouldn't be taking from them in that way. Sometimes people stay in relationships because they're like, oh, well, I really care about this person, even though they, like, know inside that it ain't right, or that it's not gonna, you know, work, or whatever. And then ultimately, this person that they care about a lot is suffering a lot for that. And it's like, if you really care about them, like, show it, and don't keep them stuck in a connection that they don't realize is going nowhere, you know? Or, you know, whatever. So I feel like the most honorable thing you could ever do is walk away when something ain't right. All in the golden afternoon. Inspiration, creative spark, imagination, and conception. So right now, I feel like you're being called to, like, really work on your gifts. Like I said, I feel this creative spark coming through. And it looks like it's going to be very profitable for you. It looks like, it's funny, we don't have the Emperor, because I really feel like you're building an empire. Mortality. Memento mori. Remember you are mortal. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live, right? So live it the way that you want to, right? Live it in the way that means something to you. Uncertainty. Choose who you will become. I gotta pull all this shit, right? You may not be sure, right? You may not be sure. Wait, I'm pulling way too many cards so you can't see the card. But you might feel a sense of uncertainty. You might feel like, what the hell am I doing? But like I said, a star doesn't need to be told how to shine. It just does it, right? And in the same way that you, with your soul purpose, your divine purpose, you will do what you're meant to do, whether intentionally or not. You are rare and free. There are not many like you, right? I feel like you should be very very aware of your gifts and very aware of your unique nature, right? You're so unique that not just anyone can have access to you, right? And I feel that very strongly. Even when you get into relationships, you seem to be very picky, right? Because you understand that about yourself. You're just different. Like I said, you were born different. You probably always felt different. That's what's great about you. Is that you are so different. Matangi. She is a tantric queen of outcasts, unveiling the hidden inner power to thrive outside conventional society. If you've been denied love and respect, she brings healing and empowerment. If you've suffered rejection, abandonment, or been labeled as unworthy in any way, she brings dignity and repair. She clears the way for a creative, joyful, and vibrant life path. Right? So live brightly. And creatively, right? The creative sparks are really showing up in your reading, and I feel like if you have a natural talent, that's the thing, right? That's part of your divine purpose. It's a natural gift that you have and that you're just good at, right? It's not even something that you had to try to be good at. You just are. And that is what you're supposed to be tapping into. But yeah, anyway, I've kept you guys for like an hour now, almost. So, namaste, all of you guys, and I will catch you later.